They left Saturday morning for cheer, so they didn't get back till late last night. I washed show cattle yesterday. Went to basketball games Saturday for Chachi. All right, good morning, gentlemen. Let's get rolling. Okay, she crippled, Antone? Is she okay? She's crippled. She's a 9-year-old cow. She's 7 months bred, and she's a little bit crippled. Dollar. Dollar five and 105.10 here. Going to be 110, 15 and 20 here. Going to be 25 here, 25 and 25, 30. Going to get 30 now, 35. Going to be 35, 35. Going to be 135 and 35. Going to get 35. Going to get 35. Going to get 35, 40. A dollar 45 and 45 here, 45. Going to get 45. Going to get 45. Going to get 45. Going to get 45 here. Ricardo 140. Hey, close that for a minute. Can you hear me now? Here we go. 1, 2. Mic check. 1, 2. It's working. We. Yep. You're welcome. Way the boo, $1.50, not five, and 50, not five, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 50, not five here, 60, and 62 and a half, get 2 and a half, high, now, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, going to be 70, 72, 50, and 75 here, 75 here, 75, 50, and 77 and a half, 80, and now hit it there, going to be 82 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 5, 85 here, 87, 50, 87, 90, and 90 here, 190, 90, 90, 90 here, 92 and a half, and 92, 50, and 92 and a half, 5, and 95, 95, 95, 95 here, Chris, 192 and a half, 10x. Old cow, she's 6 months bred. Hook of 1,000. 1,000. 1,000 here. 1,000 here. 1,100. 10, 11, 1,200, 1,200, 13, 13, 1,400, 15, 1,500, 15, 15, 15, 14, 15, 1,500, about 15, 15, 16, and 16, 17, 1,700, and 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, and 1,700 there, going to be 17, 17, 17, here's holder 1,600, Ricardo. $1.55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, 55 there, 55, 55, 55, and 55 here, 55 here, 35, and 35, 40 here, 40 there with a hand, good with 2 with a hand, 5, and 45, 47 of hand, 47 of hand, 50, 50, 50, now 50, 150, and 50 now, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50 here, so 147 and a half, Doug 6. $75. Yes, 75 here. 77 and a half, 82 and a half, 85, 87 and a half, 87 and a half, group 90, group 90, group 90, group 90, group 90, group 190, 90, and 92 and a half, 2 and a 5, 95 here, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95 here. Campus 192.50. Cabinet boo, cab boo. 65, has a good 5, has a good 5, has a good 5, has a good 5, 72 and a half, 75, 75, 77 and a half, 77 of 80, and 92 and a half, good 2 and a half, you get 5, 85, 85, 85, 85, here, 87 and a half, 90, and 92 and a half, 2 and a half, 250, and 92 and a half, good 90, you get 2 and a half, good 92 and a half, good 92 and a half, Doug, 190 on 7. $75, yes, 75 of and has 75 here, 75, 75, 750, and 77 of group 80, group 2 and a half, group 85, group 87 of group 8750, 87 and a half here, group 87 of group 90, and 90, group 90, 89, 85, 90, group 90, group 90, 90, group 91, and 91, 2, 92, 92, 3, 93, 94, and 94, 5, and 95 here, 95, 95 here, 600, and 96 here, 97, 97, 97, 96, 7, and 97, 97, 98 here, 98, 99, 99, 99, 2, and 200, and 95, we get 2, group 195, we get 2, group 195, group $2 here, 2, so to 199, Chris, 10x. Boo. 250. 255, and 55, jigger 5, and 55, jigger 5, 55, 55, 55, 255, and 55 here, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 265, 65, 65, 70, we get 275, and 75, give 80, 85, 85, 90, 295, and 95, and 300, and 305, good to be 305, 10, good to be 300, 10, good to be 310, 15, 20, and 20 by 20 there, good to be 20 by 20 there, 320, and now 20, 20, good to be 20, good to be 20, good to be 20 here, and tone, 315. $75, yeah, 75, 75, 50, and 77, 77, 80, 80, then 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 80, 2 and a 5, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, here, 85, here, 85, 750, 87 and a half, 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 here, so 185, Chris, 10X. Well, I'm here, 35, and 35, and 35, 40, and 35, 40, and 35, 42 and a half, 2 and a half, 45, 47 and a half, 47 and a half, 47, 50, and 47 and a half, 50, $1.50, 52 and a half, 52 and a half, 2 and a 5, and 55, 55, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 to 60, and now 60 there, down 2 and a half, 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to be 62 and a half, 5, and 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 67, 50, and 7 and a half here, half here, so 165, and tone, 30. Eight to 10-year-old or 5 months. Odie Hopkins. 8 to 10 years old, 8, 9-year-old to 10 years old, or 5 months bred. 2100 at 20 point, at 2100, 2100, 21 and 22, and 1 2, now 3, and 23 to 3, and 23 to 3, and 23 to 4, and 24 to 5, and 25, 600, and 6, 7, and 7, 7, 800, and 27, going to be 20, going to be 20, going to be 20, now 8, 9, and now 9, half 9, going to be 29, Paul, you're at 29. 900 and down high, 900, going to be 2900 and 20, 900, going to be 29. Paul, you're at 2900 and 20, 900, going to be 900, 900, 900, going to be 29, going to be 100. Sold them 28 and a half, and tone 30. Weigh the open cows here, 35, and 35, you get 5 here, 37 and a half, 37 and a half, 37 and a half, going to be 40, you get 2 and a half, 45, 45, you get 5 here, 45, 750, and 47 and a half, 50, $1.52 and a half, you get 2 and a half, you get 2 and a half, 5, and 55, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 60, and now 62 and a half, you get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 5, and you get 5, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, and now 70, you get 70, you get 70, you get 70, you get 70, you're going to be 70 here, now 70, and 70 here, D, 167 and a half on 2. $6.10 weigh 'em. $1.50. $1.55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, and 55, 55, 55, now 60, 165, 65, 75 here, 75, 75, jigga 5, and 75 here, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, jigga 5, and 75, 75, 75 here, Kyle, 170, 121, X. Three to fives, and they're open. 250. 250 and 250 and 250. We get 2 and a half. 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 Going to be 250 and 250. We get 50. We get 50 and 50. 225 and 225 here. 5 here. 2 and a quarter and 225. We get 2 and a quarter. Going to be 2 and a quarter. Going to be 225 and 225 here. $2. $2 a pound. $2 a pound. Got it. Now 5. Now 10. 210, 15. 215, 20. 225, 30. 230, 25, get 30, and 25, 30, going to be 30, 30, 30, we get 30, going to be 30, we get 30, going to be 30, we get 30, we get 30, 10, 30, here, done. 225 on number 22. 225, that's going to 230. 22, yep. What do you got here, guys? 9, 10-year-olds are open. 125, and 25, and 25, 25, 25, 25, and 30, and 25, 30 here, 25, we get 30, 25, we get 30, 25, we get 30, 25, going to be 35, and 35, 35, 35, 35, 32 and a half, 32, 50, and 32 and a half, 35, 35, 35, you get 5 here, 35, and 35, we get 5, and 35, we get 5, 750, and 37 and 40, we get 40 and a half, 40 here, out of here, 40, and 40, 40, 30, we get 40, we get 40, we get 40, we get 40, going to be 40, Chris out, 40 here, going to be 42 and a half, and 42 and a half, 5, and 40 and a half, 5, we get 5, 45, we get 5, 45, we get 5, 45, we get 5, Jerry, 142 and a half, Jerry 2. Seven and 8-year-old cows are 6 and 7 months bred. 2,100 and 21 and 2,100 and 21, 21, 21, now 2 and 23 to 3 and 23 to 3 and 23 to 4 and 5 and 25, 6, 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 of 800 and 900 to 9, 20 to 9 and 2,900 to 9 and 20 to 9, 20 to 9 and 2,900 going to be 2,900 going to be 20 here going to be 900 to 900 going to be 9 here going to be 29 going to be 9. So 2,800 done. 44. Four and fives are open. $2. $2.05. You get $2.05. You get 5. You get 5. You get 5. You get 5. You get 5 and 5 here. $5 here. 5 here. Get him outside. 205 and 25 and 205. You get 5. You get 5. You get 5. You get 5 here. 5 here. You're going to be 205 and 205. You get 5. You get 5. You get 5. You get 5 here. Now 5 here. 205 and 205. You get $5 here. $1.80. $1.85. $1.85. How come last week everybody in the house has been on these young open things? Now this week nobody wants a hoof. 185. Guess that just difference in a week. 185. 185. 90. 190. 5. 2. 5. 10. Done. 205. 22. Thank you. I guess. Yep. Thank you. How to work for a commission. What do you got here, Ricardo? 5-year-olds. They're 5 and 7 months bred. 2,500 and 25 and 25 and 25, 25, 27 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 750 and 27 and a half, going to be 27 and a half, going to be 27 and 800 and 27 and a half, going to be 28 and 9 and now 9, going to get 3,000, going to get 3,000, going to get 3,001 and 3,100 here, 1, 2 and 3,200 here, get up here, 32 and 2, 3 and half 33, going to get 33, 4 and 34, 34, 33, going to get 4, 33, going to get 4, 33, going to get 4, 33, going to get 4 and 3,400, going to be 33, going to get 400, going to be 33, going to get 4 here, Chris, 3,300 on 3. Older cows are open. Weigh them to you. 135 and 35. You give out 35, 35, 35, 35, 40 and 35, 37 of hand, 37 of hand, 37 of hand. Good to be 40, 42 and a half, good to be 2 and a half, 5 and 45, 45, 47 and a half, 47 of hand, 50. $1.52 and a half, 2 and a half, 5 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, 55. You give 5 and 55, 7 and a half and 57 and a half, 60. $1.60 pound here, 7 of hand, good to be 60, 7 and a half, you get 60 here. Little Chris, 157, 50, 20. One years old or 6 and 7 months bred. John Keith. 2,000, 2,100, and 21, and 2,100, 1, 2, 300, and 3, and 400, here 5, and 25 of 5, 600, and 25, 50, and 25 of the going to be 2,600, here 5 of the going to be 2,600, here 5 of the going to be 6 and a half, and 6 and a half, 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 700, and 2,700, and 27, and 2750, and 27 of going to be 27 of going to be 2750, and 27 and a half, here half and a half, going to be 27 and a half, here bit of a half, here going to be half, done. 2,700 on 3. 33. Six and 7 years old. The rope on 150. 52.50 and 2 and a half, you get 5 and 55, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, good to 60, you get 2 and a half, 5, 65 and 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, you get 70, you get 70, you get 70, $1.70 a pound, good to be 70, you get 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 71 and 71 2 and 72 3 and 73, 73 and a half, over 74, 74, 74, 73, 74 and 73, 74, 74 here, 73, 74 here, D, 173 2, 73 on number 2. 10-year-old, 6, 7 months bred. 2,100 and 21 and 2,100, 2,100, 1, 2, 300, 400, 500 and 25 and 25, 600 and 6, 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 of 8 and 27 of 8 and 9 and 29 high, group 29, group 29, group 29. Paul, you're out 2,900 now 3 and 3,000. I get 3 and 3,000. I get 3,000. Gonna be 25. I get 3,000. I get 25. I get 3,000. Gonna be 25. I get 3,000. I get 3. McGee 2,900. 10-year-old guys, open cow here, 130, 135, and 35, you get 37 and a half, 35, 37 and a half, 40 and a half, 40 and a half, 42 and a half, you get 2 and a half, you get 5, and 45, 45 here, 7 and a half, 47 and a half, 47 and a half, 47, 50, 50, $1.52 and a half, you get 2 and a half, you get 2 and a half, you get 5, and 55, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 60, and 2 and a half, you get 2 and a half, going to be 60, you get 2 and a half, going to be 60, you get 2 and a half, you get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, and tone, 160 on nothing. $10 open, $1.50. $1.55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60 and 55, 60 there, 55, 60, 55 now, 65 and 65, 70, going to be 170, 70, 75, 175, 175 and 7. I see what's going on. Everybody wants these old cows, not the young ones today. 175, 175. Sold 170. Terry 6. They don't want no teeth, do they? I'm getting there closer tonight. These are too young. Nobody want them. 4 and 5 year olds, all open. $1.50. $1.55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 65, and 65, 70, 175, 75, 75, 80, 80, 80, 175, give 80, and 77, 50, and 77 and a half, 77 and a half, 77 and a half, now 80, and now 82 and a half, 82 and a half, 85, 87 and a half, 87 and a 90, and 190, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, group 90, 250, and 92 and a half, group 90, 2 and a half, group 90, 2 and a half, group 192 and a half, here, so 190 done, 22. Young cows, 5 year olds, $1.50. $1.55, 55 here, now 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, and 5, and 70, 170, 170, 170, 170, now 70, and 70, 70, now 70, now 70, 75, 75, we're out now, 175, give 80, 80 there, 82, you give 80 here, 75, give 80, and 75, 80 here, 80 here, Kyle, 175, 21. You want X, Kyle, X? Or you can pin them together. Pin them together, he said. Gotcha. 4 and a 5 year old. $1.50. $1.55, 55, you get 5 here, 55, 55, 55, young cows, 155, and 55, you get 55, 60, and 55, 60, 5, 60, 5, 60, now 5, and you get about 70, 170, 175, and 75, 75, give 85 here, 90, and 90 here, 190, now 2, and 190, go to be 210, and 210, you get 210, but about 210, go to be 210, go to be 210, Jesus Shroud, 210, and 210, but about 10, go to be 10, go to be 10, you get 10, but about 10, 210 here, 200, now 10. Done. $2 on 22X. $10 years or 4 and they're 5 months bred. 2,500 and 25 and 25, 600 and 25 and 25, 25, 25, 2,500, 600 and 6, 7, 7, 7, 800, 9 and 9 here 3 and 3,000. Going to be 25, going to be 3,000. Going to be 25, going to be 3,000. Going to be 29, 3 and 25, going to be 3,000. Going to be 3,000. Going to be 3,000. Going to be 25, going to be 3 McGee 2,900. Eight to 10 years old. They're 6 and 7 months pregnant. 2,100 and 21, 2,100, 2,100, 21, not 2, and 22, and 300, 3, and 4, 5, and 45, 6, and 26, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, here, going to be 26, 7, and 7, 7, 7, now 8, and 2,800, 9, and 2,900, 9, online, you're out, now 3, and 3,001, and 3,100, 1, and 3,100, 100, here, 1 and 3,100 sold. 3,000 on Derek Moore. 3,000 Derek Moore. What number, Derek? Number one. Here's some more, Derek. I like these awfully well. 10-year-old cows are 6 to 7 months bred. 9 to 10 years old, 6 to 8 months. Here's an 8-month bred cow. 2,100 and 21, and 2,100, 1, 2, and 23, we get 3, and 23, we get 4, and 4, we get 5, and 25, 600, and 6, 7, 7, 7, 800, 808 here, 27, 2,800, and 27, 800, and 9, and 9, we get 3, and 3,000, going to be 25, we get 3,000. Top row, you're out. Online's in. 29, give 3, and 31, and 31, 3,100 online, you're at 3,100, and 3,100, 100. 100 here. What about 30, 50? 30,000, 50. 30, 50. now 1, now half, 31.50 online, 31.50. 31, give a half, and 31 and a half, and 31 and a half here, 1 half here, 150 and a half, 31.50. So about 3,100 and tone on number 25. $10 old. There you are, 4 months. They're a little lame. 1,500. 15 and a half, 15 and a half here, $1.50. $1.55 and 55 and 55, $55, $55, $55, $55, $55, $55, $1.50, $1.55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, 35 and 35, 40 and 35, 45, 45, 45, you get 45, you have to get 40, 5 and 45 here, 45, 50, $1.55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, Terriot, $1.55 and 55 here, 5 here, 5 here, you get 5 here, 55 here, Showtime, 150. Any luck? Nice cows. Yep. Single test. All 4 and 5 year olds here. $1.80. $1.85. $1.85 here. Good to be 85 there. Good to be 85 there. Good to be 85, 85, 85, and 90. And 90 here. 190 here. 95. 95. 95. Good to be 195. And 95 here. $1.95. 2 and 205. And 205 and 10. Good to be 210. But a 210. 210. 15. 215. 20. And 225 here. 225. 30. And 235. We get 235. We get 235. 40. And 245. Good to be 245. 50. And 250. We get 255. Good to be 260. And 255. 60. And 55. 60 here, going to be 260 here, Chris, 255, 3X. The bucket hat boys? No. 7 and 10 years old, guys, right there, $1.35 and 35 and 35. You get 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 40 and 35, 45. You get 45, you get 45, 50, you get 50 and 5 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 and 55 here, 50 and 5 here, 50 and 5 here, 55, 55. You bid 55, 60 and now 60, 5, 60, cow, 155, 22. Keep those separate. There's some poor, wore-out cows. 75 cents a pound. Plano, 75. 75 and 75, 80, 85 here, going to be 85, 85 and 90, 90, 85, 95, 95, 95, $1 and $1 be going to be $1, going to be $1, going to be $1 pound, going to be $1, $1.05 and 105, going to be 5, 10, going to be 110 and 15 and 15 here, 115, 20 and 21, 21, 21, 29, 20 here, going to be 125 and 25 here, 125 here, 30 and 35 and 35, going to get 35, going to be 35, going to get 35, going to get 35 here, 135 here, 135 here, Jerry, 130 on 2. Six-year-old, 150, now 5, 55, you get 5 here, now 55, 55, 60, and 5, now they get to 70, 170, 170, 65, 70, and they get 70 here, 70, now 70 here, now 75, and 75, give 80 here, 80, 75, give 80, and 75, 80 here, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85 here, 85 here, 85, cow, 180 on 21. Time we selling them, Gary? 11? How many? 27 red Angus cows. We're going to sell them at 11 o'clock. They're 4 and 5 year olds. Should be kind of 4 to 6 months bred. 11 o'clock. We got a red Angus. I'm sorry. You got a red Angus cow order. Be here at 11 o'clock. Yeah. Here's a yearling. She's open. $3.
You got one?
$3.05. Yeah, $3.05. We get 5. We get 5 and 10. 3, 10, 15, 3, 20. Going to be 20. Going to be 20. 3, 20. And 20, 20. Going to be 20, 20. Hand, 20, 20. And hand, 20. Going to be 20. We get 20. Going to be 20. Going to be 20. Here, Jerry. 3, 15, 11. Open. Seven and open. 125, and 25, and 25, 25, 25, we get 30, we get 5, we get 40, we get 5, we get 50, we get 50, and 45, 55, and 50, 60, and 55, 60, 55, 60, here, 55, 60, $1, 55, 65, and 65, 70, 170, both out, 175, and 75 here, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75 here, sold, 170, Kyle 21. It's 4-year-old. She lost it. Yes, she did. $1.80. $1.85. 85 and 5 here. Going to be 85 there. Going to be 85 there. Going to be 85, 85, 85, 85 here. 85. 85. 4-year-old. 185. 85 here. 15 half 5. And 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55. And 55 here. 60. And 55, 65. And 65, 70. 175. And 75, 80. 5. 85, 90. 195. 195 here. Done. 190. 22. X. 5-year-old cow there, $1 a pound, $1.10, 20, 110, 20, and 10, 20, 110, 20, going to be 10, 20, going to get 10, 20, going to get 10, 20, 30, and 20, 30, 40, $1.40, 50, going to get 50, 60, $1.55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, here, 60, 165, and 70, 170, 5, going to get 70, showtime, 165. $10. $1.35 and 35. You get 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35. You get 35, you get 35, you get 35. $1.35, 40 and 35, 40, 40, 40. You get 40, 35, 40, 35. You get 40, 35, 35 here. $1 pound. 105. $1.05. $1.05. Going to be 10, 15. Going to be 20. 5, 25. You get 30 and 30 and 25. You get 30, 25. You get 30, 25. Going to be 30 here. Roy. 125 burns on 3. That'll be at 105 and 105 here. Going to be 105. We get 5. 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 105 outside 5. $1.05 a pound. Going to be 105 and 10. Going to be 110. We get 15. Go to 15, 20 and 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 30. We get 30 and 30 and 5 and 35 here. 35, 35, 35, 35. You got Roy 35 and 35, 40. We get 40. We get 45. We get 45. We get 45. We get 45. Sold 140. Ricardo. Joe. It is, isn't it?
Don't feel like it, but
Easter. It is. I wore my straw OYE cell. It was 90 degrees that day. I was like, I ain't wearing my belt. $1.50. $55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 162 and a half, 52 and a half, 92 and a half, 52 and a half, 5, and 65, 7 and a half, 70, 175, 75, 75, 75, 75, 77 and a half, 77 and a half, 80, 180, 83, good to be 80, good to be 80, you give 80, 80, here's all 177 and a half, Chris, 3X. $55, and 55, 60, and 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, 170, 172 and a half, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, and 77 and a half, and 77 and a half, going to be 77 and a half, going to be 77 and a half, here, that's 175, 21. $10 pound, 55, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 16 pounds, 60, 2 and a half, 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, 170, 170, 172 and a half, 72, 50, and 70, 2 and a half, going to be 70, 2 and a half, going to be 70, 2 and a half, going to be 72 and a half, and 72 and a half, here's hold 170, Gibbon. You need Ty's glasses? Okay. $10 years, 2 months, and she's got a bump. $1 pound. $5 and $105, $5, $5, and 10, going to be 110, going to be 110, 15, and 10 and 15, here, 110, 15, here, 110, 15, 15, 20, 125, and 25, 30, 30, 30, 30, here, 25, 30, 5, 30, and 25, 30, here, 5, 30, so 125, Ricardo. $9 pun, daughter. $5 and $105, 5, outside 5 here, going to be 105, going to be 110, now 15, going to be 20, 125, 30, and 30, 30, going to be 25, 30, now 35, and 35, 40, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 50, and $155, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, and $60, 5, 60, 5, 60, here, 55, 60, here, Terry, 155, 5. Where are you at, Antone? In the ring?
Bull, you got that big ring.
How old? 6-year-old, $50. I don't know. Terry, all your go together or separate? Separate. 55, 55, 55, 7, 57, going to be 16 half, 70, 170, 170, 170, 70, $75, and 75, give 85, 90, 95, and 95, 200, and 205, going to be 210, 210, 15, and 20, and 225, and 225 here, 5 here, 225 here, 5, you get 5 here, so 220, Chris, 3X. $4-year-old, $2. 210-20, and 210-20, we get 210-20, bit of a 10-20, we get 210-20, go to 210-20, go to 210-20, and 210-20, bit of a 20, go to 20, go to 20, 210-20 here, $2 a pound. Now 10, 210, 210, 210. Done. $2.22 X. 4 years, and she's 5 months. 2,100 and 2,100 and 2,100. 2,100, 2,100, 2,100. 2,100. Here, going to be 2,100, not 2, and 2,200, 3, and 2,300 to get 4, 2,300 to get 4, going to be 2,300, 4, not 5, and 2,500, 5 up here, not 5, and 2,500, 500, 5 here, 600, and 2,600, 5, going to be 26 online, going to be 2,600, and 2,600, 25, 6, and 25, going to be 2,600, 5, going to be 2,600, sold her 2,500 in tone, 30.
Yes, sir. How are you? Oh, pretty good.
8-year-old, 6 months, 2,100 and 2,100 and 2,100, 2, now 300, 3, now 400, 400, 500, and 5, 6, and 26, and 25, going to be 2,600, now 7, now 7, 7, 7, 7, now 8, and 2,800, 8, now 9, and now 9, going to be 20, going to be 20, going to be 28,900, and 28,900, 900, 900, 900, going to be 20, going to be 9, so 2,800, Muggy.
Okay. They'll be on there.
7 years, 2 months, 2,100 and 2,100 and 2,100, 2,100 and 2,100 and 2,100, 2,100 and 2,100, wake out, $55, 55, 55, 55, 7, 57, 60, and 2 and 5, and 65, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 70, and now 72 and a half, 75, and 75, 75, 50, and 77 and a half, 80 there, 80, you give 80 there, 80 here, 80, and 80 there, 80 here, bow 177.50, bow 5. Bow 5. 8 and open.
Okay. Yeah, and they're
3 and open.
we'll see what we can come up
She's just a little weak. About right as is, guys. $1. Huh? $1. 50 cents a pound. 60 cents a pound. 70 cents a pound. 80. That's not what I'm asking. 80. 5. Sold her. 80 and tone. Please take that 75. She won't lose as much as some of them $5, $6 calves. $7 calves. $10 by 6. Well, she got one guy. Somebody was telling me about this cow. Don't remember who it was. 10 years and 6 months bred. I don't know. We'll try it $1,000. 1,000 and 1,000, 1,100, 10, 11, 12, and 12 and 13, 13, 13, 1,400, and 14, 14, 15, and 1,500 by the 50, 50, 50, 50, 1,500, and 14, 15, and 14, and 15, 50, 50, 15, 14, 1,500, and 1,500 by the 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, and 14, 1,500. I sold her 1,400 S7. Yeah. $55, 55, 55, 55, 60, and now 65, 65, 70, you're going to be 175, 75, 75, 2.5, 72, 50, and 70, 2.5, 5, and 75 here, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 750, 77 and a half, and 77 and a half, going to be 77 and a half here, Doug, 175 on 5. Put it on. Doug. Yeah, Doug. Doug 5. Doug 5. Gotcha. 135, and 35, you give out 35, 35, 37 and a half, 37 and a half, going to be 40, you get 2 and a half, you get 5, 47 and a half, 50 down, 2 and a half, 5, and 55, 7 and a half, 57 about 60, and now 2 and a half, bit of 2 and a half, and 5, and 65, and 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 70, 170, another 70, you get 70, you get 70, you get 70 here, so 167 and a half, Doug 5. Doug 5. He said. Yeah, I retired him. 4-year-old. 135, and 35, you give out 35, 35, 35, 35, 40, and 45, you get 45, you get 50, and 50, 45, 45, 50, 45, 55, and 55, 60, and 5, you get 70, 175, 75, 75, you give 85, 85 and 90, you give 190, 85, 90, 85, 90, 85, you get 90, 85, you get 90, Antone, 185 on number. $55, 55, you give 57, 60, and 2 and a half, you get 7 and a half, 70, 170, 170, you get 70, another 70 pound, going to be 8, 9, and now 970, you get 71, 71, 72, 71, 2, and 2, 3, and 73 and a half, 2, 3, 72 and a half, 3, you get 3, and 2, you get 3, and 2, you get 3, going to be 2, 3, Gibbon, 172, 1.
What they used to put them on?
9 years, 4 months, 2,100, and 21, and 2,100, 2,100, 2,100, here, 2,100, and 2, and 2,100, and 2,100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, and 25, and 2,500, 500, 500, 500, now 5, McGee, 2,400. $10. Old cow, 125, 125, 30, and 25, you get 30, you get 35, 35, 35, 40, you get 40, you get 40, and 35, you get 40, 35, you get 40, 35, going to be 45, and 45, 50, and now 50, you get 50, you get 50, you get 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, and now 60, 5, 60, 5, you get 60 here, Jerry, 155, 2. Five years and 3 months. 2,100, yeah, 2,100, 2,100, 2,100, and 2,100, 1, 2, 22, 3, and 23, we get 4, and 4, we get 500, and 25, 6, and 25, 2600, 7, and 27, how, hey, good to be 20, hey, good to be 20, hey, we get 9, and 20, hey, good to be 9, 3, and 3,001, and 31, 2, 1, 2, 2, 3, and 33, 4, and 33, 34, 34, 35, 35, 35, 7, and 35, good to be 7, 35, good to be 7, 3,600, and 35, good to be 3,600 here, Chris, 3,500. On 3, 3,500. 6-year-old here, $55, 55, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 55, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 55, 57, 50, and 57 and a half, 57 and a half, 60, 62 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, and now 70, 70, Chris out, 70, another 73, 70, 70 here, Cavus, 167.50 on 3. Not gonna be ready about 11. thought they had them work left. They sorted them. They sorted yet. 5-year-old cow, $1.55, 55, 57, 55, 57, 7, 7, 7, 7, 60, and 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a 5, and 65, and 65, and 5 here, 7 and a half, and now 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, going to be 70, 70, 70, 70, 70 here, so 167 and a half. Caleb Dunn, 22. I don't want to get Dunn and Doug confused today. Good. About time. It got to be 80 something, don't he? 75, 80, my dad's age. I would think. 10 years, she's open. 135, and 35, 35, 35, 40, and 35, 40, and 35, 40, and 35, 40, 35, 40, 35, 45, and 45, 50, $1.55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, $1.55, 60, 65, and 65, here, sold 160, Terry 6. Age? No age? No age cow? $1. Pound, 105, and 105 here, good to be 110, good to be 110, 110, 115, good to be 15, and 15 here, 15 here, 110, 15, and 10 and 15 here, 110, 15 here, Burns, 110, on number 3. Who you looking for, Aiden? Who? Bill who? Probably in the office, Bill? Yeah, he's in the office. What's this story? $1. $5, and 105 here, good to be 105, 50 cents a pound, 60, 50, 60, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, and 5, and 70, 75, 75, 75, 75 here, 75 here, 75 here, S, $70 on 1, 70 S1. I don't know. Maybe they got sell her bones to somebody. I don't know. Dog bones. Huh? Bone marrow, yeah. Beef broth. 65, and 65, and 55, and 55, 57, 57, 7, 7, 7, 60, down 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 65, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, going to be 67 and a half, 70, £1.70, 2 and a half, and 72 and a half, 5 here, 75, 75, 75, 75 here, D, 172 and a half on 2. $175, yeah, 75, 75, give 80, 75, go to be 85, 85, and 90, go to be 95, 95, 95, go to be 195, and 95 here, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95 here, 195 here, Cabinets 190, bull. $2, 205, and 205, we get 5, we get 5 here, 5 here, 5 here, going to be $2, 2.5, and 2.5, we get 2.5, going to be 2.5, going to be 2.5, 185, 87.5, 87.5, going to be 90, 192.5, 95, and 95, 97.5, 97.5, going to be 2, going to be 2, going to be 2, going to be 2.5, and 2.5. What about the 1, 202, and now 2, going to be 3, we get 3, we get 3, and 3, 4, 4, 5, and 205, and 205 here, now 5, we get 5, we get 5, 5 here, 5 here, Doug, 204 on number 7.
I got 550 steers turned out.
For my 550. How much do you get? 65. Has he get 5? Has he get 5? 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 70, 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 72, 55, and 75, and 75, 50, and 77 and a half, 77 and a half, and 80 there, 80, did you give 80 there, 80, 80 there, 80 here, sort of $1, 77, 50, Doug, 6. $55, 55, 55, 7.5, 55, 57, 7.5, 60, down 60, we get 60, we get 60, and 7.5, 2.5, and 2.5, 2.5, we get 2.5, good 2.5, 5, and 5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 70, we get 70, good 70, and tie your house 70, and 70, 70 there, good 70, we get 70, we get 70, good 70 here, Chris, 167 and a half, nothing. $52 and a half, and 52 and a half, we get 2 and a half, not 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, good 2 and a half, we get 52 and a half, 5, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 57, 50, and 57 and a half, 60, and now 60, we get 60, we get 60 here, we get 60 here, good 60 there, good 60 here, good D, 157 and a half, 2. I'm not used to Terry bidding on butcher cows. I missed him all ago.
One more baby.
These Mark Funks. These Mark Funks. Funk Farms. 6 and 7-year-old pairs. Had a Charolais bull on them. 3,000, 250, and 3250, and 30, we get 2 and a half, good 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, good 3250, and 32 and a half, good 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, good 2 and a half, 3250, and 30, we get 2 and a half, good 2 and a half, 1, and 3100, and 31, and 31 2, 1 2 3, and 33 4, 5, and 36, and 35, 3600, and 36 7, and 7, 7, 7, 7, 7 of 800, and 37 of 800, and 37 going to be 3800, and 37 going to be 38, and 37 going to be 38, going to be 7 800, and 37 going to be 3800, we get 30, we get 30, we get 30, going to be 3800. Sold them at 3,700 online buyer Austin Pettingill. Yes, sir. Austin, nice pairs. Okay. 9 and 10-year-old. 3,000 and 31 and 3,100, 100, 31, 31, 31, 31, and 3,100. Boys, if they wouldn't have had them kids, they'd have brought that heavy bread. 3,000, 100 outside, 1, 2, and 2, and 2, 3, and 33, 4, and 33, 34, 33, 50, and 33 and a half, going to be 33 and a half, going to get 33 and a half, going to be 33, 4, and 34, now 3,400, half 4, and 3,400, going to get 34, going to get 34, going to be 34, 34, and 3,400, and 3,400 here, so about 33, 50, same way, Austin Pettingill. Old family? Yeah. 2,000. 2,100, 2,100, 2,100, 2,100, come on, 2,100, 1,500, and 15 and a half, and 15 and a half, 16, half, 17, half, 18, half, 18 and a half, 18, 19, 119, 50, and 19 and a half, 2,000, and 2,100, 1, 2, 2, 3, and 23, and 23, and 4, and 24, and 24, 24, 24, Teddy, you're at 24, and 23, we're going to be 23, we're going to be 24 and a half, 23 and a half, 4, and 24, and 23, we're going to be 2,400, and 23, we're going to be 23,400, Austin, 2,300. $152 and a half, and 52, 55, and 55, 57, 57, 60, and now 60, we get 67 and a half, 67 and a half, 60, and 7 and a half, going to be 67 and a half, going to be 60, 157 and a half, 60, and 60, 60, and 2 and a half, and 2 and a half, 5, 65, and 65, Tyson, 65, and 65, and 3, 5, and 65, and 4, and 3, 4, 5, and 64, 65, and 64, 5, here, so 164, Cavaness 3. There's more right there. Going to be 135 and 35 and 35. You give out 37. Going to be 40. Now 2 and a half. 45. 47. Going to be 50. Now 2 and a half. Now 2 and a half. 5 and 55. 55. 55. 55. 55. 55. 2 and a half. 5. 7 and a half. And 57. 57 and a half. 57. 57. 56. 7 and 57. 57. 56. 7 and 56. 7 and 7 7 7 7 7 here. Going to be 156. 7 and 56. 7 and 7 7 7. No. $8 and 57. 9. Going to be 9. Going to be 9. 9. 60 and $60 and 1 and to get 1 has to get 1. Here, here, going to be 161 here, Cavaness, 160 on 3. $135 and 35. You give out 35, 35, 37, 35, 37, 7, 37, going to be 40, 40 and a half, 42 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 45, 45, 45, 42 and a half, 5, and 45, 7 and a half, 47 and a half, 50, 50, 50, 50, 57 and a half, 50, and 47 and a half, going to be 50, 50, 50 here, Jerry, 147 and a half, 2. Old cows here, 35 and 35. You go out 35, 35, 37, 37, going to be 40, going to get 2 and a half, going to get 5, 47 and a half, 50, 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to be 250 and 5 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 57 and 57 and 57 and 57, 50 and 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, 57 and a half. Here's all 155. Terry 6. Eight to 10 years old here, 55, 55, 57, about 60, and 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, has a good, 2 and a half, and a good 5, now 3, 5, and a good 5, has a good 4, 5, and a good 5, has a good 665, 66, 7, and 7, and 7, 7, 7, 7, 7 here, 67, and 6, 7, and 7, going to be 7, going to be 7, going to be 7, going to be 7 here now, 7 here, so 166, D2. Two-year-olds, guys, they will be open. $2 a pound. 210, 20, and 210, 20, even to get 210, 20, going to be 20, even to get 30, even to get 30, even to get 40, even to get 40, even to get 50, now 60, and 270, and 270, give 80, 280, 280, 280, 90, and now 99, 3 and a half, 3, going to be 90, even to get 3, going to be 90, even to get 3, going to be 90, even to get $3, and now 10, 3, 10, 305, and 305, even to get 5, even to get 5, even to get 5, even to get 5 here, 5 here, Chris, $3 on 7X. Young. 210, 20. 210, 20, and 210, 20, 210, 20, and 210, 20, even to get 210, 20, going to be 210, 20, going to be 210, 20, and 210, 20, going to be 20, going to be 22, 20 and a half, 30, and now 20, even to get 30 and a half, 30, 40, going to be 240, even to get 230, 40, and 235, and 35, 35, 40, and now 245, 245, 245, boy, you're out, 245, 50, and 255, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, 5 here, 5 here, Jerry, 250 on number 11. Cartel. 3-year-olds. All right. All three guys right there. Here, $2. 210, 20, and 210, 20, bit of a 210, 20, going to be 210, 20 here, $2 now 5, and 205, to get 5, to get 5, to get 5, to get 5 here, 205, and 205, to get 5, to get 5, to get 5, to get 10, going to be 210, now 210, 205, 210, and now 10, going to be 10, going to be 10, bit of a 10, going to be 210, and now 10, here, 510, here, going to be 210, going to be 210, Jerry, 205 on number 2, 11. Lump jaw. $1. $10 and $100 10, could be 110, could be 110, could be 110, could be 110, could be 10, 9, 10, 110, 20, and 10, 20, 9, 10, 20, could be 10, 20, 30, to get 30, half 5, 30, and 25, to get 30, 25, to get 30, 25, now 30, and 25, could be 30, to get 30, could be 30, to get 30, Jerry, 125, to get 30, 125, 30, S, 125, 3. Where's Red Angus cows at?
You guys forgot to tell the sorter.
$2, 2 and a half, and 2 and a half, to get 2 and a half, 2 and a half, to get 2 and a half, could be 2 and a half, could be 2 and a half, and 2 and a half, could be 2 and a half, could be 2, 2 and a half, 5, and 2, 750, and 7 and a half, 7 and 10, could be 210, and 210, 210, 210, 12 to 5, 210, 12 to 5, 15, and 15, 30, 15, to get 15, to get 15, to get 15, and 15, and 12 to 5, got 15, now 13, 14, and 14, to get 14, to get 14, to get 14, and 13, 14, and 14, to get 14, to get 14, to get 14, to get 14, here's sort of a 213 Gibbon Bull. $250. 255, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, side 5, and 55 here, now 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, and 265, and 70, 55 here, 80, 5, 85 here, Jerry, 280, 10. Sorting on the red cows. The Red Angus cows guys are getting them sorted up, and once they get them done, we'll have them in here. Red-eyed ring bull. $2, 2.5, and $2, 2.5. Gonna get 2.5, gonna 2.5, gonna get 2.5, gonna be 2.5, gonna be 2.5, now 2.5, gonna be 2.5, gonna be 2.5, gonna be 2.5, and 2.5, 5, and half 5, gonna get 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 5, 205, 3, 5, and half 5 here, and half 4, and half 5, if I $6, and 206, 7, and 7, 7, 7, 7, 7 here, gonna be 207, and now $8 here, $8 here, gonna be 208, and now 7, gonna be 208 here, gonna be 7, gonna be 208 here, giving bull 207.
Them steaks.
$1.65, and $5, has $7.5, 7.50, and 67, 70, 72 and a half, 75, 75, 75, 50, and 77, how 80, and how 82 and a half here, 80, 2 and a half, group 80, 2 and a half, group 2 and a half, 85, 85 here, 87 and a half, 87 and a half, group 87, 50, 87 and a half, and 90, and 90 here, 190, 190, 190 here, 9, 89, Doug, you're out, 89, 89, 89, sort of $1.88, giving bull. $1.50. $1.55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 9, 55 here, 125, 125, 30, and 25, 35, and 35, 40, 40, 45, going to be 45, 50, $1.55, 55, 55, 60, $1.65, and 65, 65 here, 5 here, going to be 165, and 65 here, 160 on 9. $85, 85, 87, 50, 87 and a half, 87, group 90, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 97, 50, and 97, 97, 97, group 97, 50 now 2, and 97, group 2, group 95 now 2, and 95, group 2, group 95, group 2, group 199, group 2, and 95, group 2 here, Doug, 199.7. $1.50. $1.55, 60, and now 5, and 70, 170, 170, 75, 75, now 75, 2.5, 5, and 75 here, 75, 75, here, 5, 73, 77, and 77, 77, now 9, 181 here, 83, 81, 3, 83, 85, 87, 87, 86, 7, 87, 88, 9, 89, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90 here, so $1.89, Cavernous Bull X.
Black ones? Okay.
$165, and 65, has 70, and now 70, 70, 70, 70, 70, 70, 2.5, 71, 2, 3, 74, 5, 76, 7, 78, 9, 80. Sold 179, Doug 6. He looks old. Been around a while. 175, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75 here, 75 there, 75 here, 75, and 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 65, 7.5, 70, 2.5, 72.5, 5. 175 and 75, 50 and 77, now 80 and now 83, 2.5 here, 80, 2.5, 5, 85, 85, 85, 85 here, 85 here, 85, 85 here, 85 here, sold 180, 2.5, but one cavernous bull. Dollar. 105 and 105 here, going to be 105, going to be 5, going to be 5, going to be 5 here, going to be 105, going to be 110, going to be 110, 15, 115, 20, and 25, and 25, 25, 25, 25, 25 here, 30, and 35, and 35, going to get 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 35, now 5, and 35 here, 5 here, now 35, going to get 35, Jerry, 130, on 2. Coming. By the head. All right, guys, getting started on these red Angus consignment. There's 20, 30 something, 30 something of these cows. They're bred to a registered red Angus Holton. Bred back to a registered red Angus Holton bull, guys. And on this first offering,
15 of these.
there's 15 of this first offering. They're going to be 4 and 5 year olds, and they're 5 to 7 months bred.
Yep, they're 4 and 5 years old, 5 and 7 months.
Nice guys, nice red Angus cows right there. 3,500 and 35 and 35, jigga 5 and 35 and 35, 35, 35, 3,500 here, 37.50 and 37.5 and 37, going to be 37.5, 4 and 4,000. Able to get 4,000, able to get 4,000, 4 and 4,000. Hold your gate and 4,000. Hold your gate 4,000, 2.5 and 42.5. What about 1 and 4,100? Now 2 and 41.2. 1 2 here, 1 2 here. Now 3 and 43. Able to get 3 and 43. Able to get 3 and 43. Able to get 3 and 43. 42. 43. 42. 43 and 43. Able to get 3 and 43. Able to get 3 and 43. Able to get 3 and 4,300 and 43. Able to get 3 and 43. Able to get 3. 43. Able to get 3. 43. Able to get 3. 4 and 44 and 4 and 4,400. 400. 5 and 45 and 4,500. 45 and 4,500. 5 and 45. 45. 45. We're out of here. 45. 46 and 4,600 and 4,600 and 45. Going to be 600. 45. 4,600 and 46.7 and 47 and 7 here. Going to be 4,700 and 47 and 47 and 700 here. He'll bid if I look away. I promise you. 46, 47. 46, 47, 46, 7, and 46, 7, and 7. What is it? 46 to half 7. 4,700. 4,700. 4,700 and 47 and 47 and 7 a half and 47.50 and 40 and 7 a half, 47 a half, 47 a half. Going to be 47.50 and 47 and a half here and halfway and 48 and 4,800 800 48 and 4,800 800 and 4,800 and 4,800 here. Going to be 4,800 and 48 and 48 and a half. 48.50 and 48 and a half and 48 and a half here, 48 and a half here, 48 and a half. Going to be 48.50 and 48 and a half here, half here, 48 and a half. Going to be half. Sold them 4,800 koi, 10. Should be 11 more walking in.
These guys will be the same thing, just a tick bigger.
Kind of like he's a little better. A little bit bigger and better.
Yes, there's 11 of them. 3,500, you good?
3,500 and 35 and 35. You go about 35, 35, 35, 30, 37 and 37 and going to be 4,000 and 4,000 here. Just a nickel bigger guys, the same ages, the same running age on the pregnancies and the ages. Right there, you're going to be 42.55 and 45 and 45, 45, 25 and 45, 45, 35 and 45, 43, 44, 44, 45 and 45. You get 5, 600 and 45 and a half, 45 and a half, 45 and a half, 45 and a half, 600 and 45 and a half, 46 and a half and 46 and a half here, 47 and 47 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 47 and 50 and 47 50 and 47 800 and 4800 4800 here, going to be 50 8 and a half and 48 and a half here, 8 and a half, going to be 850 and now 9 and now 9 going to be 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 4900 and 4900 8 and a half you get 9 and 4900 and 950 and 40 going to 9 and a half going to be 9 and a half going to 9 and a half going to 9 and a half 5 and 5,000 and 5,000 going to get 5,000 going to get 5,000 going to get 5,000 going to get 5 and 5 and 5,000 going to get 5,000 going to get 5,000 going to get 5,000 Cody you bidding 5 and 5,000 going to get 5,000 going to get 5,000 going to get 5,000 going to get 5,000 going to be 5 sold them 49.50 Terry 3 you want to sell them Gary okay 4 years and 3 months bred 2,000 2250 and 2255 and 25 and 25 25 25 25 2500 and 25 2500 25 and 2500 5 here 5 here 2500 and 2500 5 here 5 here done 22 and a half 45 5-year-old, she's open. $1.50. $1.55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60 and 55, 60 and half high and has it get a 70, going to be 170, going to get 70, 70 and 65, 70, going to be 70, done. 165, 22. Thank you, Gary. How old? 3-year-old family, guys, coming in. Pretty cute. 2,000, 250, 2250, and 20, 22 and a half, 2250, and 22 and a half, 25, and 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 2,500, and 2,500, 750, and 27 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, going to be 27 and a half, going to be 27 and a half, going to be 2750, and 27 and a half, going to be 27 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, going to be 27 and a half, going to be 27 and a half, going to be 27, going to be half. So 2,500, TK3. Stephanie, you got your work cut out. You got a bag in, Tony? 3,000, 32.50, and 32.50, and 32 and a half, 32 and a half, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 2 and a half, 5, and 35, and 3,500, and 35, we get 35, we get 37 and a half, going to be 37 and a 4, and 4,000, 2 and a half, and 42 and a half, 41, and 4,100, 1, 1 here, 4,100, and 4,100, 1, you give 1, 2, and 41, 2, 3, and 43, 43, we get 3, 43, we get 3, 43, we get 3, sold 4,200, Chris 8. Get a haircut. Did you get it cut off? Man. You ready for summer, ain't you? 5-year-old family, 2,000, 22.50, and 22 and a half, and 20, we get 2 and a half, going to be 20, we get 2 and a half, going to be 22 and a half, going to be 22.50, and 20, that 2 and a half, going to be $2,000 on a pair, 2,000, and 2,000, we get 2,000, we get 2,000, we get 2,000, going to be 22.50, and 22 and a half, and 22 and a half here, half here, half here, showtime, 2,000 on pair. You want to pin them with that other one? Got a good heifer baby outside here, 3,000. 32.50 and 32 and a half and 32 and a half. We get 2 and a half. We get 2 and a half. Going to be 30 and 2 and a half. Going to be 2 and a half. We get 2 and a half. Going to be 32.55 and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35 and 35, 7.50 and 37 and a half. Going to be 37 and a half. Going to be 37 and a half. Going to be 37.50 and 37 and a half here. Half here now. Half 4 and 4,001 and 4,100. 4,100. 41, 41, 41, 41 and 4,100. 1 sold her 4,000. Ricardo. Getting used to it, aren't you, Ricardo? Getting used to it. Yep. You writing down these pairs? Yeah. 9-year-old, 30,000, 32.50, and 32, and 32 and a half, and 32 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 31, and 3,100, and 31, now 2, and 33, 33, 4, and 34, 33, 34, 33, we get 4, 33, we get 4, 34, would you give a spinner one time there, guys, 33, 4, and 34, and 34, 34, 33, 34, 34, 5, and 35, we get 5, and 35, 6, and 35, going to be 3,600, half 6, 36, 3,600, and 35, going to be 600, and 35, going to be 3,600, 5 going to be 6. Oh, 35.50. You're going to have to remind me. Chandler Moss. I remembered. You ain't been here all year. $125, and 25, and 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, and 25 here, 125, 750, and 20, we get 7 and 30, and 32 and a half, we get 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to be 2 and 1, 3, and 33, 35, and 33, 35, and 33, we get 5, 33, we get 5, 35, 7, and 37, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 37, 7 here, sold 135 cabinets. Number 11. Dang it. Dang it. Brad. Chandler, where you been all year? Working. I'll sell her tomorrow. $500. 550 and 550 and 550, 550, 650 and a half, going to be 7, going to be half, going to be hay, going to be half, going to be 850 and 950 and not a half, not a half, 950, not a half, not a half, 10, 1,000, 1,050 and 10, 1100, 10, 1150, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 12 and 1,200, going to be 1,200, going to be 1,200, even get 1,200, 11, going to be 1,250 and 12, 12, 12, going to be 1,250, now 13 and 12, going to be 13, going to get 1,300 and 12, going to be 1,300, have it, going to be 1,300 and 1,300. 13 here, sold 1,250. Austin Pettingill. 50 cents a pound, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, and 55 here, 5 here, 5 here, 55 here, 50 on 1. One 35, and 35, jiggy 35, 35, 37, going to be 40, 2 and a half, 45, 47, 50, 50, 50, jiggy 50, 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 5, and 55, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 57, 60, and now 63, 7 and a half, 60, and 7 and a half, going to be 60, 57 and a half, $8, and 50, going to be 60, and now 1, and get 1, 2, 1, 2, going to be 2, 61, 62, and 62, $2, 1 and 2, 61, now 2, cabinets 161, 10. 3. Three and open. $1 pound. $5. And $105 here. Good 105. Get 5. Get 5. Get 5. Get 5. 10. Going to be 100 here. Going to be 105. Going to be 110. And 10 here. 115. And 15. 20. 5. 30. Get 30. 5. And 35. 40. 40. 145. And 45. 50. Get 50. Get 55. 55. 55. 55. 55. 60. $1.60 here. 5. Going to be 165. And 65. 65. 65. 65. 65 here. 165. $1.65 here. 5 here. Sold 160 hand tone straight. Seven and open here, 135, 40, and 35, 40, and 35, 40, 40, and 35, 40, 35, and 45, 45, 50, 50, 5, and 55, 55, 2 and a half, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 57, about 60, and now 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, going to be 62 and a half, and 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half here, sold 160, Chris, 20. $3 now 5. Yeah, $3 5. Get 5. Get 5. Get 5. Get 5 here. 5 here. Little twisted neck right there. Going to be 305. You get it? 305. And 305. Get 5. 250. 260. 270. 280. 90. 3. 5. 305. 305. 10. 15. 20. 5. 30. 5. Sold 330. Chris 7X. Maybe she don't have a twist. I don't know. $35 and 35. You give out 35, 37, 37, going to be 42 and a half, 45, 47, going to be 52 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 5, and 55, 57 and a half, 57, 60, and 2 and a half, you get 2 and a half, 1, 3, and now 3, 5, and you get 5, 67, and 7, 5, going to be 7, here, 5, going to be 66, 7, and 7, and 7, 7, 7, so 166, Gavin is 10. Eight-year-old, she's 3 months bred, 2,000. 2,100 and 2,100, 21, 21, 21, 2,100, 1, 21 here, going to be 2100 and 21 and 2100 here, where $1.52 and a half and 52 and a half, 52 and a half, 52 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 35, 40 and 35, 40, 35, 45 and 45, 50, 55 and 55, 55, 60 and $1.55, 60, going to be 65 and 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 70, 170, 170 and 70 there, 70, so at 165, Terry, 6. He does. Eight years and 5 months. Make sure you like your bag, guys. 135, and 35, you get 35, 35, 40, going to be 40, you get 5, you get 5, you get 50, you get 5, now 60, now 5, now 70, 175, give 80, 80 there, 75, give 80 here, 85, 85, you get 5, 85 here, 85 here, so 180, and tone, 25, 30. Three and help on $2, $2.05 and $2.05. It get 5. It get 5. It get 5 here. 5 here. Going to be 205 and $2.05. It get 5. It get 5. It get 5. It get 5 here. 5 here. $1.50, $1.60, 70, 80, 90, 2, 195, 195. Now 2, 205, 210, 210, 15, 20, 225, 30, 230. Chandler, 225. 5-year-old, she's 6 months bred, hook of 1,000, and 1,000 here, 1,000 here, 11 and 1,200, and 12 and 13, 13, 14, 15, and 15, going to be 16, and 50, 16, and 50, 1,600, and 50, 16, 17, 17, 18, 18, 19, 18, but 1,900, and 19, 2, and 2,000 here, going to be 19, 2, and 2,000 here, 19, 2, LaFoe, 1,900. $250, $255, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 255, and 60, and now 5, now 70, we get 70, we get 5, go to 275, give 80, 85 here, 85, 90, 95, we get 95, we get 95, 295, and 95 here, 95, 95, 3, and 95, we get 305, and 310, now 10, 310, now 305, 310, 305, but 10, here, go to 10, Jerry, 305, 11. 8-year-old cow here, 135, and 35, and 35, you about 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35 here, 33 and a half, and 37, going to be 37, going to get 37, going to be 37.50, and 37 and a half here, half here, going to be 37 and a half here, bow, 135 on 5. Gate cow. Seven years, 5 months, 130. 135 and 35, 37 going to be 42 and a half, 45, 7 and a half, now 50 pound, 2 and a half, 55, 57 and a half, 60, and now 62 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 65, and 65, 65, 65, 65, 65 here, going to be 165, and 7 and a half, and 7 and a half, 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 6, $8, and now 8, and now 7 and a half, going to be $8, going to be $8, you're at Brad, now $8, going to be $8 sold, 167 and a half, Cavernous 5. Already in here. Cody's in here. 3 and open. $2. 205 and 205. Get 5. Get 5. Get 5. Get 5. Get 5. Get 5. Now 5 here. Go to 205 and 205. Now 5 here. 5 here. 80. Now 5. 85 here. 85 here. 85 90. 190. 190. 190 here. 190. Chicken 90 and 90 here. 85 90 here. 85 90 here. Bow 185 on 5. Four years and she's open. $55 and 55 and 55. You can 5 here. 55, 55, 55, 35, 40 and 35, 40 and 40 and 5. You get 55 and 55, 55, 60. $65. You get about 70, 170, 170, 175 and 75. Give 80 there. 80, 5, 85 and 90. 190, 190 here. Go to 85 and 90. 85, 90 here. 85, you get 90. Chris, 185. 3X. Two and upon $3. 305 and $3.05. We get 3. We get 3.5 here. 5 outside 5 here. 10 and down 10. We get 15 and 15. 20. Going to be 20 and 25. Going to be 25. 25. 325 and 25 here. 5 here. 5 here. Chris 320. 7X. Hard breather. $2. 210. 220. 230. 240. 240. And tone 230. Straight. 6-year-old cow here, guys. $52 and a half, and 52 and a half, 5, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 7, 57, 57, going to be 62 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 5, and 65, and 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, here, going to be 7 and a half, and 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, going to be 67, 50, college bid, 7 and a half, 67 and a half, 70, and half, 70, we get 72 and a half, and 72 and a half, going to be 70, we get 2 and a half, going to be 70, we get 2 and a half, here, S, 170, 121. Four-year-old cow, 250. 255 and 55 here, $2, 205 and 205, we get 5, we get 5, now 5 here, 5 here, going to be 205, 210 and 210 here, 10 here, she's a good rip here, 205, 210 and 10, 15 and 15, 20, 220, 220 and 20 by 20 there, going to be 20 by 20 here, going to be 220 here, going to be 25 and 225 here, 30 and now 35, we get 35, 40, we get 45, we get 45, 45 and 245 here, 5 here, going to be 245 and 45 here, take a gamble and 245 here, 5 here, 5 here, Ricardo, 240. $135 and 35. You about 35, 35, 35, 35, 37 and 37 and 37 and 40. We get 42 and a half, 45, 47 and 50 and 2 and a half, 52 and a half, 5 and 57 and a half, 57 and 60 and now 60 here, 7 and 60 and now 2 and a half, and 2 and a half. We get 2 and a half, 2 and a 5 and 7 and a half and 67 and a half here, 70 and now 70. We get 70, we get 70, we get 70. We're going to be 70, we get 70 here. So 167 and a half. Terry 6. We saw those guys' cows that we held over last week. 55 and 55. You about 57 about 57 about 62 and a half, 2 and a half, 65, 7 and a half, 70, 172 and a half, 72 and a half, 71, 3 and 73 and 75 here, 75, 73, 75, 73, 75 and 73. We give out 73. We give out 73, 75, 73, 75. Doug 173, 5. $10 by 6, 2,000. 2100 and 21 and 2100 2100 21 and 21 2 and 21 2 and 21 2 and 23 4 and 24 and 23 4 5 and 2500 and 25 600 and 25 2600 26 and 25 26 7 and 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 here. Yeah, Paul 27 and 27 and 7 7 halfway and 2800 2800 McGee 2700. Four-year-old guys right there, $2. $2.05 and $2.05 to get 5 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 205 and $2.05 and 5 to get 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 5 here $5 $50 60 70 80 now 85 85 90 190 85 90 85 90 85 90 85 to get 90 Caleb 185 done 22x. I'm gonna say 25. 5,000 for Wednesday. I haven't had as many calls this week as last week.
Surely we're gonna
Run out of these kids, I think, yeah. Pretty quick. 10 by 7, 2100 and 21 and 2100 21 2100 and 2100 1 2 1 2 2 3 and 3 4 500 600 and 26 7 7 7 800 9 and now 9 3 and 3000 going to be 29 3000 going to be 29 3000 going to be 29 3 McGee 2900. $55, 55, 55, 57, 55, 57, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 60, and 2 and 5, and 7, 7, 70, could be 70, 70, 250, and 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 72 and a half. Here, so 170, Gibbon 1. That's a lot of dollars right there. 33.66. $65, and 75, 7, 70, 172 and a half, 72 and a half, 1, 3, 75, and 75, 77, 75, 73, 75, 73, 75, and 73, 73, 4, 5, 75, 76. Want to do it? Cabinets 175, 10. 6 years and 2 months, 2100 and 21 and 2100 21 21 and 2100 2100 and 2100 1 2 and 21 1 2 3 4 5 5 and 2500 and 2500 500 5 here. Did you get 5? McGee 2400. $2 upon $3, $3.05 and $3.05. We get $3.05 here. $5 here. $3 and $3.05 and $3.05. We get $5. $2.50 60 and $2.50 60 $2.60. We get $2.60. We get $2.50 60 and $2.70 80 $90. We get $90 $2.80 $90 $80 $90 $80. We get $90 $80. We get $90 Jerry $2.80 11. 10 open. 125, and 25, and 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, even get 30, even at 35, 35, 35, 40, even get 40, even get 5, even get 45, you get 5, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 50, and now 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, and 55 here, Jerry, 152. Takes a lot of money to play this game these days. $55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 7.5, 57, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 57, 50, and now 60, and now 2.5, we get 2.5, but with 2.5, we get 2.5, 5, and 65, 65 here, 5 here, 5 here, Chris, 162.5, 20. Yeah, 250 and 255 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 255 and 55 here and 55, 55, 55, 55 here, 5 here, going to be 255 and 55 here, Chris, 250, 3X. I like her, Chris. I like that buy right there. 1 year and she's 3 months bred. 250. 255, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 255, and 55, 5 here, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, 55, and 255 here, 5 here, 5, you get 5 here, Ricardo, 250. Be careful. $125, and 25, and 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, we get 30, we get 5, we get 40, we get 5, we get 50, now 50, you get 50, 45, we get 55, and 55, 55, 55, 2.5, 5, and 55, 57, about 60, and 2.5, 5, 65, and 65, and 65, 7.5, 70, you're going to be 70, we get 70, we get 70, and 70, $70, Ricardo, 167.5. $125, and 25, and 25, 25, 25, 25 here, 5 here, 110, 15, and 10 to 15 here, 110, 15, 20, and 25 here, 25, give 30, and 30, we get 35, 35, 35, 40, we get 40, and 45, and 45, 45, 45 here, 5 here, so 140, Jerry, 2, 140. Jerry. We got Jerry and Terry and Doug and Doug. Don and Doug and Jerry and Terry and Larry. We just need a Larry in this house to make things a lot easier. 10 and a punt right there. 45 and 45 and 45, 47, 52 and a half, 55, 55, 57, 57, 60, and now 60 and 2 and a half. Going to get 2 and a half. Going to be 2 and a half. Going to get 2 and a half. Going to be 2 and a half. 250 and 62 and a half. And 2 and a half. Going to be 2 and a half. Going to get 2 and a half here. Chris, 160, 20. $250. 255, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 259, 59, 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half here, 2 and a half here, $2 a pound, and 205, and 2 to 5, we get 5, we get 5, we get 5, we get, she's pretty young, isn't she? Hey, hold your gate, hold your gate. What's her tag number? Hold your gate. Call in and see how old she was if they know. Please. 2-year-old. Thank you, Doug. There he is. 250. 255, 55, 55, 55, 60, and 255, 60, 255, 65, and now 70, 270, 270, and 270, 270, Jerry, 265, 11. $125, he hit 25 and 25 here, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25 here, going to be 125 and 25, 30 and 35, we get 35, 35, 40, we get 40, we get 5, we get 5, we get 45, 50 and 55, 55 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60 and 60 here, 65 and 65 and 65 here, 5 here, 5 here, so 160, Terry 6. Two-year-old, you give $2. 210.20 and 210.20, but 210.20, we get 210.20, good 210.20 and 220, 210.20 and 210.20, but 20, good 20, good 20, but 20, 220 and 210.20, good 210.20, 30 and now 30, we get 230 now 35 and 235 here, 5 Austin 240 and 240 and 35, 40, 40, we get 45 and 245 here, 5 here, Austin you're out 245, you get 45 here, 5 here, 5 here, 50 and 250. And 45, 50, 45, 50, Antone, 245. Five-year-old cow, $1.55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, and 55, 60, there, 5, going to be 60, 65, and 65, 75, and 75, give 80, 80, 75, give 85, 85, 90, 190, 85, 90, 85, you get 90, Antone, 185, send her to the chute, have her brake check, okay. You see her ear tag in tone? Yep. 6, 7.
You gotta do the hand deal. She's just a pat kidder. She's just a pat.
$1.55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, and 55, 60, now 60, going to be 60, 65, and 65, and 65, 65, 2.5, 5, and 65, and 65, 65, D, 162.5, 2. D2. R2D2. Five-year-old, $1.50. $1.55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, now 5, and you get a 70, 170, 170, 170, 170, now 70, and 70, 70, John, you're out, 75, 80, 80, 75, give 85, 85, 85, 90, 95, and 95 here, 195 here, 95, now 2, and 95, you get 205, and 205 here, 5 here, 5 here, done, $2, 22. 5-year-old. She's 7 months. 2,000, 2,100, and 21, and 2,100, 2,100, 21, 21, and 2,100, 1, 2, and 21, 1, 2, 1, what was she? Something by 7. Huh? 5 by 7. 21, 2,100, and 21, and 2,100, down 2, and 21, 2, 3, and 23, to get 4, and 23, to get 4, now 500, 600, down 7, and 27, 800, and 27, going to be 2,800, and 27, going to be 2,800, and 27 online. You guys roll out. 2,800, and 27, going to be 28, and 27, going to be 2,800, and 27, going to be 28, and 27, going to be 2,800. Ricardo, 2,700. Hey. I don't know. 125, and 25, and 25, 25, 25, 30, and 45, 30, 25, 30, 25, and 30, 30, 30, 5, and 35, 40, 40, and 40, 35, 40, and 35, 40, 30, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, Jerry, 135, 2. Seven-year-old, she's 7 months, 2,100, and 21, and 2,100, 21, hip down, guys, here, dollar pound, 120, now 35, 30, and 30, and now 35, 35, 35, 35, 30, 40, 45, 45, 45, 50, and 5, and 55, 60, and 5, and 75, and 75, 75, 75, here, 175, and 75, 80, 5, 85, 90, 5, $1.95 here, 195 here, 195, 5, and 95 here, Ricardo, 190. You like bad hips and long toes, don't you? You like long toes and bad hips. Old grannies. 3 years old, 250. 255, 55 here, now 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 255, and 55 here, 5 here, 5 here, Chris, 250 on 7X. Five-year-old, $1.50. 55, and 55 here, 55, 55, 55, $1.55, and 55 here, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, and 65, house 75, and 75 here, 75, 80, 80, give 80 here, 75, give 80, and 75, give 80 here, 85, 85 here, 90, 95, and 95 here, 95, 95 here, 195 here, Kyle, 190 on 21. That's it on the south side. You got anything? Well, cow buyers and cow consigners, thank y'all very much. A little short, snappy little sale. You guys have a good weekend. See some of y'all back here tomorrow, 9 o'clock in the a.m.